Whether it's your go-to spot for a quick and easy bite, or if you're having their noteworthy fourth meal of the day, Taco Bell has a reputation of being quick, cheap, and delicious, as well as one of the worst things you could possibly put inside your body. Jokes about the quality of the food became so pervasive that the brand was actually sued in 2011 over claims of faking their beef. But is it truly bad enough to make you run from the border? Well, today we're answering the question, how bad is Taco Bell for you really? But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave us a comment and let us know what other fast food chains you would like to hear about next. We've done an entire episode on the history of Taco Bell, if you want to dive further into its spicy history. But here are the highlights. Founder Glenn Bell opened his first ever Bell's Drive-In in California in 1948. At first, he was selling hot dogs, but he pivoted to tacos after receiving a tour of the operation from the owners of the popular Meatla Cafe, similar to Ray Kroc's famous tour of McDonald's. And in 1962, the first ever Taco Bell was opened. 63 years and over 8,000 locations later, they now serve 2 billion satisfied customers a year in various stages of sobriety. Taco Bell knows its audience, and that audience is people who need a chili cheese burrito ASAP. Whether you're a broke college student, teenager with an iron stomach, or just someone who appreciates a cinnamon twist that costs less than the paper it's wrapped in, Taco Bell has built its empire on being the go-to spot for late-night, low-cost indulgence. They target budget-conscious, adventurous eaters who crave customization and bold flavors, all while making sure their menu innovations, hello Doritos Locos Tacos, are sufficiently over-the-top to make headlines and entice fans willing to make a semi-ironic purchase. Because, let's be honest, nobody orders a 40-pound hamburger because they're hungry. They order it because they want the photograph. The brand has also a social media presence specifically targeting Gen Z, allowing for some grassroots viral marketing every time Taco Bell unveils a new item. Taco Bell's strategy is less about selling tacos and more about selling an experience, one that's cheap, convenient, and just the right amount of irreverent. It even coined the term fourth meal as yet another euphemism for the specific kind of munchies you get late at night. But did Taco Bell always have a reputation for low quality, or did they lean into that image so hard it became a self-fulfilling prophecy? Over the years, and especially in the age of social media, many people have questioned the exact source of the meat in those cheap tacos and burritos, suggesting anything from rats to unruly former customers. Allegations of imitation beef have haunted the brand like a ghost pepper. The drama really kicked off in 2011, when an Alabama law firm filed a lawsuit claiming Taco Bell seasoned beef couldn't legally be called beef. Their tests allegedly showed that only 35% of the product was real beef, while the remaining 65% consisted of meatless ingredients like soybeans, wheat, and oats. The case went viral. The internet did its thing, and suddenly people were questioning whether their Crunchwrap Supreme was more science experiment than snack. Taco Bell fired back with an ad campaign revealing that their beef was actually 88% beef.
Our seasoned beef recipe contains 88% quality USDA inspected beef.
Which is better, but why isn't it 100% beef? The other 12%, according to the brand, is seasoning and water. Taco Bell even listed out the ingredients to prove they weren't stuffing tacos with gym mats or shredded cardboard. The lawsuit was eventually dropped, but some irreparable damage had been done in the minds of customers. Back in 2013, Taco Bell got caught up in the European horse meat scandal, where big names like Burger King, Nestle, and IKEA found traces of horse meat in beef from a European supplier. While consuming horse meat is totally normal in places like Switzerland and Japan, it's not exactly a fan favorite in the US or most of Europe. Taco Bell pulled its beef from menus overseas after finding traces of horse DNA. But while none of that tainted meat ever made its way to US locations, the incident didn't exactly help the reputation. Okay, so the beef is beef. 88% beef. But should you order it? If you want to stay healthy, what should you actually avoid at Taco Bell? Taco Bell's less nutritious menu items are largely defined by excessive sodium, unhealthy fats, high calorie counts, and added sugars. A combination that, while delicious, isn't exactly the foundation of a well-balanced diet. Many menu items far exceed the daily recommended sodium intake, with some meals packing more salt than an entire day's worth of food should contain. The use of fried ingredients, processed meats, and creamy sauces rich in unhealthy oils adds even more fat to the menu. Toss in the empty calories from sugary sodas and sweetened sauces, and you've got a recipe for food that may satisfy cravings, but won't do your long-term health any favors. Some of the worst offenders on the menu include the steak quesadilla, beef nacho bel grande, Crunchwrap Supreme, beefy melts burrito, breakfast Crunchwrap sausage, Cinnabon Delights, and grand toasted steak breakfast burrito. These items are high in saturated fat, sodium, and calories, all of which are linked to increased risk of cardiovascular disease and weight gain when consumed frequently. For example, the steak quesadilla contains 1,270 milligrams of sodium, while the breakfast Crunchwrap sausage delivers nearly half the recommended daily intake of both sodium and fat, which means you should order 2 of them. And if you're really looking to push dietary boundaries, the Build Your Own Lux Cravings box can pack an entire day's worth of calories in just one sitting, which is maybe a little too efficient. Taco Bell has long been the target of nutritional side-eye, with critics painting it as the fast food equivalent of regret. But despite its reputation, Taco Bell has quietly positioned itself as one of the more adaptable and potentially healthier options in the fast food world. The chain has leaned into customization, ingredient transparency, and dietary variety, making it a surprisingly flexible choice compared to its deep-fried, sauce-drenched competitors. For starters, Taco Bell arguably has more meat-free options than any of its fast food peers, and many items clock in under 500 calories. Taco Bell's fresco-style modifications replace calorie-heavy cheese and sour cream with pico de gallo, a simple switch that cuts fat while still being flavorful. They've also reduced sodium by 15% since 2008, with a goal of hitting 25% less by 2025, and have ditched artificial colors and flavors in favor of natural alternatives. If you notice an orange tint in your beef taco, that's just seasoning. If you believe the Bell, that is. Unlike McDonald's and Burger King, where fried foods and high-calorie burgers take center stage, Taco Bell offers a more flexible approach with bowls, burritos, and tacos that can be tweaked for different dietary needs. There are only so many ways you can customize a cheeseburger, and few of them involve removing the cheese. Compared to Wendy's, which throws in a few more heart-healthy options like chili and grilled wraps, Taco Bell's larger vegetarian-friendly menu and ingredient swaps give it an edge for customers counting calories at the drive-thru. In short, despite its decadent reputation, Taco Bell can be as indulgent or nutritious as you want. So is Taco Bell bad for you? That really depends on you. The beef isn't horse or rat or fake. And there is plenty on the menu you can crush during a 4th meal without feeling like you're following that little chihuahua into a heart clinic. The Power Menu bowls offer a solid balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Crunchy tacos keep things simple at just 170 calories and 7 grams of protein, while the bean burrito is just about the simplest vegetarian meal you can eat. Even sides like black beans and rice offer a nutrient-dense way to round out a meal without the grease of typical fast food sides like French fries. And a steak soft taco with extra lettuce, black beans, and pico de gallo packs protein and fiber into just 250 calories. If you're rolling in at sunrise after a particularly long night, the mini skillet bowl, minus the nacho cheese, becomes a protein-packed morning option when paired with extra eggs. And the breakfast soft taco is lower in sodium than most of its counterparts, like the Egg McMuffin, and can be balanced out with a side of fruit and coffee. Or you can order a sack of Doritos Locos and a large Baja Blast, if you're just not that interested in balance. After all, you did go to Taco Bell. So what do you think? Is Taco Bell's reputation well-deserved, or is it part of the appeal? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.